Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Tennessee's offense is on the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
And now they got to put it together, right? And then this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches. And so this is really hard for them, but I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conference?
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Volunteers decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
Man, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up. And you could tell, QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Trying play action. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
obviously when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Leaves it with the back. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And the Vols send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Quarterback on the keeper. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense this zone read has become. So we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now. That is a staple of the sport.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Georgia won the SEC a season ago, but face-planted in the playoff largely due to their offensive issues. But Kirby Smart is certainly reloaded at the skill positions.
I've reloaded. Obviously, the quarterback spot was an issue all last year and then down the stretch. And now, interested to see how the page turns with Gunnar Stockton at the helm. Does it bounce back offensively? Do they look like the Georgia of old?
Yeah, this is an expectation, obviously, that Kirby Smart has created of excellence. And they've done really great high school recruiting. Obviously brought in some key players through the portal as well. You know what this is going to look like. A physically dominant team on both sides of the ball, but at QB position, that's the key.
To the air, it's Stockton. Flips it out on the screen. There he goes. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position, but the quarterback is the tone setter, the captain, and having a guy like Gunnar at the helm, man, this is a dude they all trust, they all respect, and I expect this offense to bounce back in a big way.
Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. And he is run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Fires toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. To the air, it's Aguilar. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
The Volunteers will punt this one away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the 3rd possession is the charm. The give to the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Bulldogs come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
Punt is in the air. Now on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Looking for space, it's Bishop. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Unloads it left. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
It has been tough sledding for this quarterback here early in the game. He's 0 for 5 right now. I give the defense tons of credit. It's not just good coverage in the back end, and it's not just a good pass rush. They're doing a nice job mixing up their looks coverage-wise. This quarterback looks confused, and that's a big reason why, guys, this offense has not scored a single point so far.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And his defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
The Vols line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. He unleashed that one, some serious spin rates, some revolutions on that one.
Want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver going in motion. The inside handoff. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Looking for a man, it's Stockton. Snagged in the middle, it's Bell. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
I just love the job this offensive line is doing in this game, communicating pre-snap. They know where the pass rush is coming from, and they're working their single and double teams and not giving up any ground. Just look how clean that pocket was for the quarterback to throw from.
Leaves it with the back. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Now they'll run the draw. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. Oh, it's reversed. That did not fool anybody. The defense right there to knock it down for the big loss.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball with some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
Gets the back moving. Back to pass. It's Stockton. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
If they're able to make that pick, they're wiping points off the board. But because he dropped it, now it's 4th down, and of course, they're still in field goal range with an opportunity to score 3.
And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Back to pass, it's Aguilar. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Offense facing 4th down.
We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far.